Chief Meteorologist Jeremy LaGood has been tracking this minute by minute. So Jeremy, what can you tell us right now?
All right, I'm going to start with a little request to our producer behind the scenes. This is just how news works sometimes. Thomas Patrick just tweeted a picture, why can't I think what it's called? A picture of what looks to be a shelf cloud. That would be the leading edge of the storm moving in. It looks pretty ominous. We'll see if we can get that for you, but let's talk the radar right now. Because in the past hour, you can see this storm tracking its way from east to west, almost backwards of what is normal. And look at this line right here and all of the lightning embedded within it. In there, you're also getting some of those purples and pinks showing up on the radar. That is hail and some seriously, seriously heavy rain. That is going to persist here as we move through, say, the next hour. Our severe thunderstorm, let's take a look at this photo. So this is what it looks like as that storm rolls in. If you look closely, what that is the leading edge of this thunderstorm. So you're getting some of those gusty winds coming out of the bottom, and then that line in the clouds is the advancement of that storm. You're probably hearing some thunder and lightning. You look out to the east, so opposite where you normally look, and you're going to see that cloud. Back to the radar. It's severe warned until 5 p.m., so another 27 minutes. We are seeing signs that this cell is starting to weaken. That being said, we have already seen 60-mile-per-hour winds and ping-pong ball size hail out of this storm. So enough to do a little bit of damage. Right now, our severe thunderstorm warning includes 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-size hail. That's enough to break some branches. That is enough to dent your car if you wind up under some of that hail. And then right back behind it, just south of the Silver Valley, another band of strong storms moving through. These will continue to progress from east to west. I think the northern edge of this right now is where we're seeing a lot of activity. If you're in, I would say, south of Deer Park, northern side of the Spokane city limits, right along the Y, you are going to see a round of hail move through. I think that is likely going to be your, I would say, nickel-size hail. So that little bit right there. You know what? Let's just stop the radar and zoom in and take a look. So, Colbert, you're going to see that. That is directly where this is headed. North of Country Homes, I think if you're up near the Y, that is where you're going to see some of the bigger impacts from this. Spokane Valley seeing some heavy rain. Liberty Lake, you're kind of on the backside. Coeur d'Alene, all the way down to the south to St. Mary's, you're on the backside for now. We are going to see another storm move through. If you're up in, say, Bonner County or up in Sandpoint, you have a lot of activity as well. These storms will continue to progress from east to west through the rest of the evening. I think our strongest storms are going to be between now and 7 p.m. before it starts to turn into a heavier rain event. We'll have much more on this coming up through the rest of the evening, but just know the rain continues and so does our flood for threading. It looks like our severe thunderstorm warning continues for Benoit, Kootenai, and Spokane County until 5 p.m. We have an update. Let me just read that for you, Whitney, one more time before I send it back to you. I'm just going to take a little bit of extra time. So it looks like we have reports of tree limbs broken, and it would be a pretty decent sized tree limb. So yes, this storm is packing a pretty decent punch. Once again, 60-mile-per-hour winds in this zone, and radar indicated hail is, I would say, on the northern edge of this, about the size of a quarter up near Colbert. So this is a very active storm. It continues to move through. We'll have the latest on this, and I'll keep you updated all night long.